What is up, guys? We are talking portable power banks, solar generators here, and these are some of the most popular ones out there. Two different brands, two big name brands, but they both work for the same reason: being portable and providing power, being able to be charged with power of the sun. Yes, this one here is the Anker SOLIX C1000. Used it for a while, love it, looks awesome, works really well. This is the Jackery 1000. Used this for a while as well, and it works just the same, just as well. Both of them work very much the same in the same way, but there are some slight differences. Now, if you're in the market and you're looking at the 1000 versions of each of these, then you know that they're similar in price, being that the Jackery is slightly less expensive. The Anker costs a little bit more, but you do get a few little extra features. Now, both of them have an online app that you can use that you'll get notifications that work off of Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. But if you don't have Wi-Fi, it works off of Bluetooth just by itself. So that's great. You can still have it connected to these devices here. So that's one plus about both of these. Now, both of these are portable power stations, so it's great in the fact that you can take it anywhere you want. I'm using this in my backyard, away from the house, where I don't have any outlets to plug into. I've got a smoker, a grill back here. I've got multiple devices, fans that need to be plugged in, and this works really well. Both of them work really well to allow it so that I can plug it in. But you can take these also on trips, camping trips, to the park, vacations, anything, anywhere you want to go. Now, one thing you will have to consider is weight. These versions, these 1000 versions, both are pretty heavy. Yes, the SOLIX being at about 25 pounds and the Jackery right here being at about 24 pounds. So they're pretty similar in terms of weight. In terms of physical looks here, the SOLIX actually looks a little bit more higher end with the kind of black carbon fiber look. I do love it the way that this one looks. The Jackery, of course, has the standard orange look to it. It's got a nice little handle that pops out here. It doesn't look as higher end, as premium as the Anker does, but it works just as well. It just has that signature orange and black color scheme to it. Now, regardless of whichever one of these two you choose, I do recommend the solar panels. Having the solar panels means that you have basically unlimited charging options. You can charge these solar generators three ways. One, you can plug it into an AC port. Very fast. Both of them take about an hour to charge. The SOLIX being the slightly faster one, charging in about 49 minutes, as opposed to the Jackery at about an hour, a little bit over an hour. So if you need time, the SOLIX will charge faster through an AC port. The second way you can charge this is through a car socket, so that's great. And the third way you can charge it is with the solar panels. Yes, I've got two sets of solar panels up here, the Jackery 200 watt and the Anker 200 watt. And let me go ahead and show you that. Okay, guys, so at the top of this here, I have both solar panels here. The blue one here is the Anker SOLIX 200 watt solar panel, and this is huge. You can see that it goes from here all the way over here, and it weighs in at about 18 pounds. The Jackery 200 watt solar panel is also a big and hefty solar panel, weighs in at about 14 pounds, slightly less heavy, but just as big. I'd say even longer. You can see the difference in terms of size here. And these are meant to be placed out where the sun comes down and it absorbs all that power. Being that it's 200 watts, you can see how big each panel really is and how much sunlight you're going to be getting. Whichever generator you do get, I do recommend you get the corresponding solar panel. Now, another thing you will want to consider when deciding between the two here is maximum wattage and what devices you're going to be using it on. The Jackery 1000 here has a 1500 watt rating with a maximum surge of about 3000 watts. Same here on the SOLIX here, 3000 watt surge, but its standard capacity is 2000 watts. So it's actually able to handle more higher watts at a stable amount, better than the Jackery 1000 here. So keep that in mind. Depending on what you're using it for, slightly higher wattage, the SOLIX will be the better choice. But in terms of higher power devices, both of them will work perfectly fine. Both of these will power refrigerators. Both of them will power your portable heaters. Both of them power your portable ACs. They'll even power your high power devices like a blow dryer as well, hair dryers that use 1500, 1800 watts at the start. A lot of devices will use a ton of power and heat at the beginning. That's why you have the 3000 watt max to start with, and then it dies down to about the 1500, 1200 watt status. So keep that in mind. Depends on your devices. Another thing you will want to consider is how many devices you're going to be using at one time. Wherever it is, you're going to be using these two devices. The Jackery here, you can see it's got multiple ports to it. You got 3 AC ports right here, so you can plug it in right there, 3 of them. And then you have your USB ports, 2 Type-Cs and a Type-A over here for a total of 6 ports here. So that's great. 6 ports is generally great for 1 family, 2 families, awesome. It'll work really well. However, if you go on multiple camping trips with multiple families, or you just have multiple people in your family that need more ports, the SOLIX 1000 will have more ports. Take a look right here. You've got 5 AC ports right here. Right up here, you have 3 Type-C ports and a Type-A port. So you have 9 ports total. So in terms of multiple devices at one time, the SOLIX 1000 has 9 ports as opposed to 6 ports on the Jackery, about 33% more ports. So maximum amount of devices, the SOLIX is the better choice, but generally the Jackery 1000, 6 ports is perfectly fine. So now I do want to show you that both of these power stations, these beasts of power stations here, are able to handle high power devices. This right here is a portable heater. Yes, I bring this with me wherever I go, especially when it's cold outside. This uses about 1500 watts. I'd say a little bit more than 1500 watts, depending on if you're using it on high mode. And what's great about this is that it will work continuously, so it will work with these power stations. First off, let me go ahead and show you that it does work. The Anker SOLIX right here, I'm going to power it on and turn it on. You see it has a nice little LCD display screen. I'm going to plug this in right here. Plug that in right there. Push the button to activate it. You always want to do that to activate it. And then you see the screen here will turn on here. Now let me go ahead and take this here, hit that power button, and you can see it's set to 85 degrees, and you can actually hear it on. I don't know if you can hear it on, but it is blowing right now. Now if you take a look right down here, it's sitting at about 768 watts, but I'm going to crank it up some more power here. And now if you take a look right there, on high, 1513 watts it's using right now at on high power. And it's actually working right now. I can feel the heat coming out. So you know that this works. Now let me go ahead and turn this off here. Take that off. And now I want to show you that it works also on the Jackery as well. I'll turn that on there. I'll plug this right into the port right here. And it's also got a nice little LCD display screen. The input is the solar that it's receiving right now, and the output. Once I turn this on, first I'll turn on the AC button here to make sure it's on, that it's turning on a charge, and now I'll push this power button here to turn it on. It turns on right there. And earlier I set it up high, so you can see the wattage right there at about 1500 watts right now. And it's on right now. You can see that it's on. So it does work with this heater as well. So now that we know what makes them the same, why would I choose the Jackery 1000 over the SOLIX 1000, the Anker SOLIX 1000 over here? Well, it comes down to 2 things. First off, the number of devices that you will be using, the amount of people that will be using the devices at one time. If you have more people, again, the SOLIX 1000 will be the better choice with 9 ports total. If you have just a small family, the Jackery 1000 is the better choice. It'll have 6 ports, be perfectly fine. Second thing you want to consider is price here. Yes, the more expensive one here is going to be the SOLIX 1000. It feels a little bit more premium. It's got more ports here, and it charges faster, slightly. If you've got the money to spend, you don't care about how much it costs, the SOLIX 1000 is the better choice. You get slightly better features for the price. However, the Jackery 1000 standard by itself, at the price that you get, you will save money as opposed to the 1000, and you get a much better value overall for the 1000, the Jackery 1000. In the end, regardless of whether you choose the Jackery 1000 or the SOLIX 1000, they're both very good choices. Definitely a set of power stations I recommend.
We hope this review helps.